Hello, everyone. Very good morning. It is a pleasure to welcome you to our virtual workshop series. I hope you've been keeping well and staying safe. Let us do a quick audio and video check. If you can hear me, see me, and the slide deck that I'm sharing with you right now, please acknowledge with the chat window on your left. All right. I hope you can hear me. So kindly acknowledge the chat window. Perfect. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for that. Let's just give a couple of minutes for rest of our attendees to join the session. And while you wait for them, my colleagues will be posting the links to our social media handles right there in the chat box. Please do follow us and keep yourself posted on upcoming events and other workshops that we plan for the region. And in case you happen to miss our previous workshops, not to worry, we will be sharing the recorded link with you. You can have a look at it at your own convenient time. And even today's workshop is going to be recorded end to end, and that recording will be shared with you shortly after the session. All right, looks like we have most of our attendees in, so let me move forward with the session, starting with an overview of showtime. So if you see towards your left, there are a couple of tabs. Let me point them out one by one, starting with the questions tab. If you have any questions during the session, please be sure to post them in the questions tab. This will help us answer all your questions one by one in an orderly fashion, and this also ensures that none of your questions go unanswered. And then we have the polls tab, wherein we'll be rolling out a couple of polls. Please to participate in all of these polls to keep this workshop engaged. And if you have any issues with audio or video, you could let us know through the chat window. However, if there is such an issue, the general fix would be to refresh your browser because majority of the times it tends to solve the problem. And I also suggest that you use a Chrome browser for seamless showtime usage. And last but not the least, we have the handouts wherein we've attached PDF with help links that is aligned towards sessions and a few brochures which you can download anytime before the session ends. And the topic for today is custom functions and automation for smarter docs and spreadsheets. And this workshop is powered by Zoho Writer, Sheet, and Show. I'm John Wilfred, an evangelist with Zoho. So is my colleague Anjana, and we will be your host for today. On the Q&A, we have three experts, Rakib, Shankari, and Pramod, who will be answering all your questions, while your trainer, Srinivasan, is going to take you through the hands-on product session. And just before we start, ensure that you have signed into your Zoho account if you wish to mirror our actions. And in order to mirror our actions, you may need admin privilege to access certain features within Zoho CRM, Zoho Writer, Zoho Sheet, and Zoho Show. And please do not experiment with any of the existing settings. If you wish to try something out, you can create a test instance. All right, guys, do we have any questions? I think it's too early for questions. However, I do have a question for you, and that is going to be the first poll for today. So, how many of you have used Zoho Office Suite already? So, yet to use, or do you use it on a daily basis, or have you just tried it out? Okay, perfect. Okay, looks like most of us have hands-on experience on the product. So this session is going to be really useful. And for those of you who have not used it, this session is going to be an eye-opener. Let me quickly display the results. And if you have not participated, you can participate in this poll at any point of time by just clicking on the polls tab. Perfect. Thank you so much. So, for today's agenda, there will be an introduction followed by the hands-on, which will be handled by Srinivasan, and finally there will be a quick recap before we wrap the session, and that will be handled by Anjana. That's it from me. Thank you all so much for your time and patience. So, without further ado, let me welcome Srinivasan to take the session forward. Srini, the virtual stage is all yours.
Okay, thank you so much for that brief introduction, John. And let me quickly go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so before I could start, I just want to make sure that all of you are able to hear me and see me clearly. Please do acknowledge it in the chat window that you see on the left. Um, I hope I am loud and clear. Please acknowledge it. Right. Thank you so much. In case if you are not able to hear me clearly, please do try to refresh the browser. As John said, that should help you to get this fixed. So let me go ahead and get the screen shared here. Okay. And I believe you should be able to see my screen here now. Right. So today we are going to discuss about common automation problems that we face while using the editors. First one is bringing data from CRM and other apps to spreadsheets without copy pasting them every time in the sheet. And the next one is creating custom calculations which the team can reuse while using a spreadsheet to do the data. And then comes automatically generating documents or contracts with data from other Zoho business apps like creators, CRM forms, etc. Not only from Zoho apps, but also you can make use of a CSV file that you have in your desktop while doing a mail merge functionality using our Zoho Writer. I'll be showing you how to do that. And then we'll be also seeing about the formatting options that we have in Zoho Show so that you can make changes to all the slides in your Zoho Show just with few clicks. Instead of making changes with one by one, you can just do it directly with a master slide so that the changes get reflected with all the other slides you have in that same presentation. So without any further delay, let's get into it. The first one is how to bring data from CRM and other applications to spreadsheet without copy pasting them every time. And for that, let me also show you that we have got our Zia inbuilt, which is our artificial intelligence, which automatically creates charts and pivot tables with suggestions based on the data that you have in your spreadsheets.
Good morning, Srini. It's me, Anjana here. We do have some voice issues because your voice is breaking.
Okay, give me one quick minute.
Yes, please. Now we are not able to hear you. Maybe it's best to switch off the Bluetooth maybe and try. Or you can actually refresh the browser. That would help. We can't hear you, Srini. Apologize, guys. I think we can give Srini a couple of seconds. I think he's going to refresh his browser and he's going to come back to us. But before that, you can actually download the handouts. There are quite useful informations in there, so you can just take a look at those knowledge base there. So please download.
I guess now you all should be able to hear me.
Yes, perfect, Srini. We can hear you now. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm really sorry about that, guys. I'm not sure what exactly happened. I guess it's because of that Bluetooth I was using. I'm sorry about that. So let's continue. Let me go ahead and do the quick screen sharing here for you. So I hope you all are able to see my screen without any issues. Please do let me know. Okay, so we were discussing about the features that we have in Zoho Sheet. In Zoho Sheet, Anjana, able to see my screen now?
Yes, it is actually still loading, I believe. It's dark. The screen is gone at the moment.
Anjana?
I think if you try the screen share again, I'm sure it will work.
Sure, will do.
Thank you.
I'm really sorry, guys. Sometimes it does happen with this. Since we are all working from home due to some network issues, this happens sometimes. But I'm glad that you are able to hear me. Hope you are able to hear me now. So let me quickly go ahead and do the screen sharing once again, and I'll take you directly to our Zoho Sheet, where I'll be showing you the automation functions with our Deluge script. So here comes my screen sharing. Should be able to see the screens now. Let me know if my screen is visible.
Yes, Srini, now it's visible. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Thank you.
Great. So without any further delay, let me quickly get into the Deluge function that I was about to show you here. So this is our Zoho Sheet, in which we have our inbuilt Deluge scripts, using which you can bring in data from your Zoho CRM application. I'll show you how to do that. So first, let me go ahead and quickly create a Deluge script here for you. And then we have some basic expressions done here already. So that is our function, and the service from which we are going to bring in the data is going to be CRM. And the action that we are going to do is going to be get records, and the params is the module from which we will be bringing in data. So this is a module from which we will be bringing in data. So there we have our function ready. So once your function is ready, you can directly go ahead and use them from the Zoho Sheets. So here, as how we do the functions, just with the equal signs, it's just bring in the data from the CRM. So this fetches the data, the entire data that you have in your leads module into your sheet. So that's the basic functionality of the script that I have written here in this Zoho Sheet for you. Due to a little delay, it does take a little time here. Here we are bringing in the data. So here, if you see, it has brought all the data here that was there in the leads module. So this brings up with all the phone numbers, departments, and all the information that was there in the leads module. So that's the use of this Deluge script. So now let's go ahead and try it out from your end. So now it's time for you to try it out in your end. So here we have 2 minutes of time for you to try it out. Please do try it out, and do let me know if you have any questions in that. And we have our expert Jay Shankari, who will be answering your questions if you have any regarding our Zoho Sheet. So please do try it out using your Zoho Sheet and try to fetch some data from maybe a leads module or maybe a contacts module, or maybe anyone using the Zoho Sheet. And as I said, our product expert Jay Shankari is waiting to answer your questions regarding Zoho Sheet. So So we have 2 minutes here for you to try it out. And not only regarding this particular function that I have showed you, you can also raise any questions regarding Zoho Sheet. If there is any issues or any feedbacks or any suggestions, you can always raise them and our expert can answer you. And in case if you have any functions later on also, you can write to us. So here we have a few more seconds left here for you to try it out. So I have given a screenshot of the function that I have done here. So we have another 15 seconds left. And it's almost time. Right. So now let's move on to the next function that you're going to see in Zoho Sheet. That is how to do custom calculations that your team can reuse. So it's again a very simple formula that we all use on a day-to-day basis. The same exact Deluge script. You can always give it a try with a simple interest. So it's principal and the rate and the year. I will also do it from here. So we'll start working it simultaneously. We take another sheet here. And this we have tools. Again, we go to custom function. And again, we go to create. So here we are going to create a new function. That's with a simple interest. And then we also need to make sure that we give the arguments exactly the same how you mentioned in your sheet. So these are the arguments that I will be mentioning them in the sheet. So I have added the arguments here. Now I'm going to take it from the basic expression and drag and drop it into the Deluge editor here. Variable is 1. Then it's the expression, that is principal rate into year. That is divided by 100. Okay, perfect. So here our function is ready and we have our data already in one of the sheet. So here we have the data and we will try that out from here. So this is a function that we have written. And here we get the answer. So it's that simple for you to write a function. So I hope everyone have also tried it from your end. And now let's move on to the next editor, which is a Zoho Writer, to see how we can easily do the documentations automation work. So how to automatically generate custom documents from sales or customer data in other apps. So that's what we're going to see here. So we're going to see how to generate personalized document in bulk. So we have done the integrations with Zoho Sheet and also merge APIs and custom functions. And you can also do it with Zapier and Zoho Flow integrations, which is ideal for sales and legal teams to manage contracts and proposals. And also, we have done an integration with the electronic signature platforms like Adobe, Sign, and Sign Easy. And also, we have our own in-house digital signature servers, that's called Zoho Sign. So you can use any of them to get your document digitally signed from anyone. It's not that the person who's going to sign the document should have a Zoho account. You can send this document to anyone to get the document digitally signed. And then we have also got the artificial intelligence for assistance, using which you can find the grammar mistakes in the document. So you can check the grammar, and also you can monitor the readability of the document, and you can improve your writing skills. So this is what a writer has got here for you. And let me quickly go ahead and show you what we have got in the Zoho Writer and how to do the mail merge function. So here I have a sample document. And while I'm doing this, if you have any questions, you can always raise them in the questions tab, and I have a product expert, Rakib, waiting to answer your questions with regards to Zoho Writer. So let me quickly go ahead and show you how to do the mail merge function in the document. Here, let me just take off the fields that was there already in this document. And when you click on the hamburger symbol on the left, you can find an option called Automate at the very last. You can select that, and you can run a mail merge. So now in this document, I have different options for me to select the data source from which I can bring data into the Zoho Writer. So let me go ahead and remove the source that's already there. So this is possible. It's not that you can add a particular data source and that's the only one that you need to keep using for the entire document. You can always keep changing them based on the type of document that you're working in, the person to whom you're sending it. So here I'm taking an example as Zoho CRM, and last time it was leads, and now let me try to take contacts here and I will add it. So I'm taking contacts as the source, and I'll place the cursor here. So you need to place the cursor where you wish to get the fields added from the data source. So I have placed the cursor and I'm selecting contact owners, and I will take the first name. These are the two fields that I am going to use. So now I'm going to click and save it as proceed. So now here, if you see, this is a merge template that I have created. So this can be used in future as well. So you can have a document created along with a particular data source and with a particular field from that particular data source, and you can start using them. So here we have the data source as Zoho CRM's contacts module, and we have added the fields here. So let me go ahead and show you how the preview is going to look like when you do a merge. So I'm selecting preview, and now it's pulling up the records to set up the preview to get a message here. And it is bringing up the data from the contacts module of Zoho CRM. So this is the preview page. Once the preview setup is ready, you will be getting the information that's there in that particular contact. So here, if you see in this particular contact, I have these two as the contact name and the first name, and it varies for each. So that's the preview you get for the mail merge. So you will be able to do it, and also you can email this record and you can send it for digital signature, and you can also download all the records as one or current documents. So you have various options while doing a mail merge. So that's how our mail merge works. And now it's time for you to try it out from your end. So please do try doing a mail merge from your end to see how it works using the automation options and by selecting any of the data source that's given there. In case if you have a CSV file, you can also select that. So it will fetch the fields as the information that you have in the CSV file. So we have 2 minutes here. So please do give it a try and do ask us questions if you have any regarding Zoho Writer, and our expert Rakib will be able to help you with the questions. not only with regards to the mail merge. If you wish to get any new features or any suggestions, you can always raise them. So we have a few more seconds left for you to try it out. So I hope everyone are trying it out from your end with the test instance, see how it works. And also you can explore the features that we have in Zoho Writer as well and ask questions on them. We'll be able to answer them for you. And it's almost time now. And now let's move on to the next editor, which is our Zoho Show, the presentation tool. So how to get the text formats changed across slides and update date automatically in all the slides. So it's not that every time you will be in need of adding dates or slide numbers in the presentation, but in case if you wish to do it, you can also do it with just few clicks so that the changes gets updated in all the slides you have in that particular presentation. And also let me tell you, we have got now a common template across organization option, which is you can start creating a template and add it to the org library so that everyone in your organization will be able to use it. And again, you can set roles for each one to use it, because it's not that everyone will have same level of access for a particular document within the team. So depending on their role, they will be able to access the content in that document and make changes to it. And we have also got an option where you can add a presentation to the library, the entire presentation to a library, or a particular slide alone to the library. And once the changes are being made, you can have an approver to get the slide approved so that we do not have unwanted slides in the library. We make sure what is there in that before we approve it. So that's the option for the approver. We have done it here. So these are all the new changes that we have got into our Zoho Show, the presentation tool. And with the roles like admin and super admin can approve or reject changes that's there in the presentation. So now let's see how you can make the changes to the presentation for the slide numbers and the dates in the slides. So here we have a presentation tool, and this is a sample presentation that I've got here for you. So here, if you see, this has got the date and the number already. But now here, I do not want the date to be displayed in this presentation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just select Edit Master Slide on the right bottom corner. And that will bring up the entire structure that's there in this presentation. You see there is a tree structure that shows how where the master slide is. The first one is the master slide. So when you select the first one, every other slide in that presentation gets selected. So that's how you can make sure that the slide that you have selected is the master slide for that particular presentation. And if you see here, now we have got the slide number selected and the date selected in this particular master slide. So if you do not want to have the date there, you can remove it, or you can also change the date here based on your requirement. If you want to get that updated automatically, you can choose that. Or if you do not want to update it automatically, you want to have a fixed date to the particular presentation, that can also be done. So in order to do that, you just need to select the date here. And from this drop-down menu, you can find the option called Fixed Date. So once you select the fixed date, you can find the calendar below, using which you can go ahead and change it. So now let me go ahead and remove the date option here from the master slide so that it gets updated in all the slides. So once you have removed it, just select it to apply to all, and I will go ahead and close the master. So here we have closed the master slide. And now we do not find the date in the presentation. It's just a slide number. So when you are editing a master slide, the same kind of changes gets applied for every other presentation. And also in case if you want to change the background, then you can just make sure that you have put the option here like follow the layout or solid colors if you want to have the color for this particular slide alone in a different way. So we have an option in the presentation tool where you will be able to make changes to just one particular slide. That's called the master slide, and the changes gets updated across the slides in the presentation. Now it's time for you to try it out from your end. So please do give it a try from the test instance that you have, and do raise the questions if you have any. And we have expert Pramod with us who will be helping us with the questions. So please do raise the questions if you have any, so that a product expert Pramod can help you out with the answers. So we have 2 minutes here. Most time, so please do try it out and raise your questions if you have any in the questions tab, and we'll be happy to answer them for you. Okay, so it's almost time. It's time for Q&A. And in case if you have any questions regarding any of our editor, it can be Sheet, Writer, or Show, please do raise them in the questions tab and we can help you with the answers. Now, I'll pass on to Anjana, our evangelist here. So thank you so much for all your time. And Anjana, your stage is all yours. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Srini. It's really a good session, to be honest. Good morning, everyone. It's really nice to see you all again. I'm sure there are quite issues we had in the beginning. I apologize for that. But as John and Srini emphasized, we are recording this session, so we will definitely email it to you all shortly after the end of this session through email. So before jumping into my recap, I just want to give you a heads up again. There's hands out in there. Please make sure you actually download them. This is pretty, you can see quite a lot of important informations in there. So it'll be very useful for you to have. There are a lot of frequently asked questions in there. So please feel free to download before the end of the session. I'm just going to run a couple of polls. This is absolutely going to be generic, nothing very, technical questions. So not to worry. Please participate in the poll. It'd be really great. So the second poll for the day: do you manually edit NDAs and contracts each time you get a new sale or a customer? It's just a pretty straightforward yes or no question. I'm just going to keep this question poll open for a while. I can see answers coming in and most of them saying yes to it. And the last poll for today: I bring in data from other applications to Zoho Sheet for what exactly the reason would be, whether for better analysis, you would like to share your specific data with your colleagues, or data visualization. So again, I'm going to keep this question poll open for a few. So take your time to answer it. So in today's session, as you would see, Srini, he gave us a really good information on common automation problems faced by us. So how Sheet, Writer, and as well as other applications work. And he also showed us the hands-on on it. And he explained us how the artificial intelligence for assistance work, and there were a couple of activities as well. This you could actually try once we send you the recording as well. And Q&A, as we keep saying, we have our team live at the moment. You can pop in your questions in the questions tab. We are happy to answer. But if nothing pops at the moment, not a problem at all. You can also email us at support@zohowriter.com, support@zohosheet.com, support@zohoshow.com. We are available 24/5. We're happy to answer your queries. And if you'd like to give us any testimonials, feedbacks, or you want to talk more about the products or anything, ideas, you can reach to me and John. We are available at evangelist@zohocop.com anytime. You can email us. We are happy to interact with you. Well, some more exciting news. There are quite a lot of workshops coming up in the month of June. My colleague will be emailing it to you guys, the registration link. This is going to be on Zoho People and Zoho Vault and Zoho Sign, which is more great information on the privacy matters. So please make sure you register. This is absolutely for free. And any feedback you think you would want us to improve in our future workshop, please feel free to give us, because your opinion definitely matters to us. So once you exit the session, there's a form which pops up. Please make sure you answer them. So on behalf of Zoho team, I once again take this opportunity to say thank you so much for your time, because as we could see, a lot of repetitive audience coming up in our workshops. So that's really encouraging and supportive. Thanks for your support. So please make sure you stay safe, stay at home, take care, and I hope to see you guys in June. Take care. Thank you.